Staying alive. Staying alive.
Oh, right. So,
Staying alive.
as I like to say with these things, as long as everything is working the way that it should be working, we are now live, and I am so sorry for the technical difficulties, you guys. I need y'all to know that life is a scam. Life is a fucking freaking scam. Okay, because the way I was like, okay, we're ready. She's lotioned. She's moisturized. The hair is ready. The coffee is ready. She ate this morning. Okay, I sit down, and the internet's like, it's 9:58. No internet, and I'm like, why? So here we are, you guys. I'm hotspotting from my phone, so hopefully that doesn't go out as well. And I don't know why our internet decided to go out. It never goes out. I'm locked into Ethernet, but whatever. That's a rant that y'all probably didn't need first thing in this morning. But here we are. How are you guys doing?
I'm here. That's about all I can say. I'm 2 weeks on some kind of stomach bug. So I had to go back to the doctor yesterday, and I'm sick of ginger ale and applesauce.
Understandable.
Yeah. So, other than that, I'm good, I guess.
But on the positive side, you're still live. You still made it. It's Melanin Chat day.
Barely. Saturday was rough. Saturday, I was like, okay, Edgar, I need you to go sign into all my accounts and let them know that I love everybody. It was bad. Yeah. So we got lots of wonderful things to discuss. Like threads, which I know you probably hate because it's based. I call it Twitchstagram because it's like Twitter and Instagram.
Honestly,
mixed together.
I ain't got no problem with it personally. I am enjoying it. I like it. It ain't got no pictures unless I want it to be. It's completely words. That's my jam. That's my bread and butter. I can do that. But when y'all start talking about make a graphic, no. Just no.
You make graphics for this show all the time and they're so pretty.
You see how they're the same picture and I just change out a book cover? That's it. That's the skill set that I got right there. It's minimal. All right? Minimal.
You made my graphics for Black Indie Author Week last year and they were the bomb. Stop it.
Okay, but that doesn't mean I like doing it, and it also takes time. Okay? Capability does not equal enjoyment. Okay?
But saying you got the skills.
Thank you.
So are you on the threads, ma'am?
I am. I'm on the threads. All of my accounts are on the threads. So if you would like to support, follow, all that good stuff, I am there. I actually am more active on threads than on Twitter at this point. So
wow.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool. I have to keep reminding myself that like threads is my Instagram folks and not my Twitter folks. So I keep forgetting that there's like stuff on Twitter or Instagram where I'm just like, oh, like the folks on Instagram don't know this about me because I don't be posting about it over there because the way I have to make a picture to go with it, I'm not. I'll tell you about it, but I'm not going to show you about it. So it's a completely new thing for me. But yeah,
La says, what's the Threads? The Threads is a new app that Meta has. So you have to have an Instagram account to have it.
Yeah.
But it's basically like Twitter, but for Instagram.
It's literally Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk got into a fight, and now Mark Zuckerberg is like, oh, you want to fight? Let's do this. And he just basically took the entire concept of Twitter, the way it looks, the way it works, the way it functions, it's the same. But the thing is, like, if you make an account or whatever, oh, wait, hold up.
Yeah, the only thing is you can't delete your Threads account because if you delete your Threads account, you will delete your Instagram account.
But when you join Threads,
it's really cool.
All of your Instagram followers move over to, you're already following them on Threads and they follow you when they join if they want to. So you don't have to like create an account from scratch. So yeah. Nope. Also, if this crashes, y'all, I'm so sorry. Like I'm doing my best with this little hotspot Wi-Fi, but yeah. La,
where you been, girl? It threads. And then the cool thing is it even puts like in your Instagram profile, it puts a little @ symbol with the number, and that's the number that you were of the person that joined.
It does?
So
I didn't even know that.
That's the number that they, like, you know, every time a person joins, it's it counts that number. So mine is I was the 1 million or whatever person to join or whatever it was. So
I couldn't tell you. I just joined it because I have professional accounts with the Melanin Library and Written in Melanin. I was just like, I need to be on here just in case, because I didn't know how it worked with the usernames. So I was just like, no, we're not playing these games. We're not playing these games. So, but also I wanted to say good morning to everyone in the chat. So DL was the first one here. Hello, welcome. Also, Shannon popped in, Felicia popped in, Vina popped in, Ash is here, Jay is here, Jocelyn is here, Portia is here. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Benjamin is also here in the corner, you guys, because we ain't got no internet. And you know what he does? Work from home. So you know what he's doing right now? Hanging out with me.
Nothing. Hi, Ben.
Not a
How you doing, homie?
In the corner. He can't hear you because I have on headphones, but he's here, you guys. He's here. So before we get into all of this rambling that we are going to do today, also I am going to say this: if the stream crashes, make sure you guys are signed up for the after chat, because I can get Discord running on my phone, so we can continue having the discussion, but I cannot necessarily stream if my hotspot crashes. So slight plug to join the after chat. $5 gets you in, and that gets you to the Discord server, and that's where the conversation will happen if this happens to go down. Because I already told y'all what my internet situation is like this morning. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I logged in long.
You know what I love?
And then logged out.
You know what I love?
What? Me? I know. I love you too.
Of course, I love you. Of course. I bought this sundress. From this place on Amazon. It's like this, I forget the name of it, this some store. And not only does it fit perfectly and hits right at the ankles, like right, so just only my little tips of my feet are sticking out. Perfect length. It has pockets.
Ooh.
Pockets.
Ooh.
Sundress with pockets.
Ooh.
Just in love with my sundress. Listen, a sundress with pockets. I love sundresses. I have a stack of sundresses. None of them have pockets. This one does. All right, that's it.
Love that for you. Anyway, we're going to get into this Melanin Spotlight for today, you guys. So as always, I'm going to let Audra go first.
Of course.
Of course, because I am the problem and I admit that. But anyway, enjoy.
So this author, Black Indie author, he's coming on my show on Thursday. The book is called Toffee's Divide, and it says, what if the screens you look at every day were looking right back at you, monitoring your every move, measuring your performance, and assigning you a social score that dictates the quality of your life? Toffee is a rising star, a successful engineer at J Enterprise, the mega corporation that looms over J City, its pyramid-shaped headquarters always visible. J Enterprise screens watch him and everyone in J City, tracking productivity, suggesting appropriate behaviors, and adjusting social scores in the divided city. Despite his seemingly perfect life, Toffee feels the need to make a change. He feels called to use his gifts, write, and tell a story. In J City, words are controlled by J Enterprise. No one at J Enterprises, including his girlfriend Deja, his best friend Sarni, and his disapproving boss James, would understand his deep need for creative expression. But when a confidential assignment shifts his perspective, Toffee knows he has no choice but to write and tell the world his story, even if it costs him everything. Will Toffee succeed in finishing his story, getting his voice out, and changing the world, or will the story cost him everything and change his destiny? Find out in Toffee's Divide by Nifemi Aluko.
Sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
I thought so.
Have you read it?
I am starting it today because I know the situation. I told you yesterday, so I didn't start nothing until I got IO and headshot. So now I will start it today.
Got you. So I'm gonna let y'all know right now, if y'all want to go on Audra podcast, y'all better get your bio and your headshot together before you reach out to her and send it to her on time. That's what I'm telling you. Anyway, we're moving on because it's my turn now. So, my book, you guys, is What Never Happened by Rachel Housel Hall, and this book comes out next month, August 2023. I have an arc of it, and it's an adult thriller, and I was just like, y'all know I'm in my little spooky thriller era right now. So I was just like, let's give it a try. This sounds so fun. And it's one of the books that I have actually been reading and enjoying, you guys. So I am about 30% of the way through the book, because I think y'all know this. I was reading Their Vicious Games first. So now I'm getting through What Never Happened. And honestly, it's really good. But the premise of it is, the back of the book reads, I'm assuming it's the back of the book. I don't know. This is what they sent me. Anyway. It's murder in paradise as a woman uncovers a host of secrets off the rocky California coast in a gripping novel of suspense by New York Times bestselling author Rachel Halsell Hall. Colette Coco Weber has relocated to her Catalina Island home, where 20 years before, she was the sole survivor of a deadly home invasion. All Coco wants is to see her Aunt Gwen get as far away from her ex as possible and get back to her craft, writing obituaries. Thankfully, her college best friend Maddie owns the local paper and has a job sure to keep Coco busy, considering the number of elderly folks who are dying on the island. But as Coco learns more about these deaths, she quickly realizes that the circumstances surrounding them are remarkably similar and not natural. Then Coco receives a sinister threat in the mail, her own obituary. As Coco begins to draw connections between a serial killer's crimes and her own family tragedy, she fears that the secrets of Catalina Island might be too deep to survive, because whoever is watching her is hell-bent on finally putting her past to rest. So, She's
a good author. I interviewed her during Black Readers Con. She was one of the 4 people on the panel. She's really good.
Honestly, I am... Wait a second. There we go. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to finishing the book, because similar to how it was with Their Vicious Games, like I am like, it's in the back of my mind. I'm like, ooh, I really want to know what happens next, because the way she's interacting with some of these characters and the way Homegirl is dealing with some things, I was like, ooh, she's unwell. Like, she's a little unhinged in there, isn't she? That's okay. But I'm like, where is this going? Honestly, after what Homegirl done been through, I'd be unhinged too, bro. If I had a single screw in my whole door frame, I would be like, I'm thriving. Okay? After what Homegirl done been through. So I like it. And like I said, it's coming out. I'm considering reaching out to see if she would be interested in coming on the podcast, since I'm actually gonna, finish reading the book. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. And not DL in the chat with hashtag Chelsea reads. Sometimes. Yep. Sometimes. Yeah. I'm trying to do better with it. I really am. But yeah, so y'all know that both the links to both books are down in the description box below. Just scroll down to where it says books, and there it is. So you can check out both What Never Happened and Toffee's Divide. What was it? Right? Toffee's Divide?
Yeah, Toffee's Divide. Yep.
And both of them are on the Melanin Library. And if you are new here, the Melanin Library is an online database of books written by Black authors, and we've got more than like 3,000 books on the website at this point, and we're still growing. So get the books. It is an affiliate link, so if you purchase from the Melanin Library, you will be getting the book from Amazon, but you will also be helping to support the Melanin Library. So 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other support. Or if you want to just get it on your own, you can just sign up for our Patreon, and that works just the same way. Anyway, do what makes you happy, and we'll go from there.
Angel Faye has joined us. Hello, Angel.
Hello. I hope you all have a good morning. Also, you guys, I am so hyped today because I have been getting like normal sleep, and it's like amazing. And I'm like, who does this? Like, what?
Wow.
Is somebody here? Oh, dang. Sorry. Y'all, we're expecting a package. And I'm also really hyped because the package that's coming today, I'm hoping will help me be so much more productive. And I'm just like, is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Like a kid waiting for a Santa. Like, is Santa
What's in
here?
the package?
Potentially a new laptop. So I talked about this on...
Oh.
Huh?
Yeah, you said you took the Apple back, right?
I surely did. I absolutely did. Okay, so I don't know where this chat is going today, you guys. Just bear with us, okay? Because I do
This
have
is
topics.
just it's like a rants and rambles kind of thing today.
Clearly, because like y'all, I have topics. Also, if you want to know what we were supposed to be talking about, it may eventually get to. If you scroll all the way down to the description box, there's 3 links there that you can for sure check out. That we are supposed to be talking about, but that being said, you guys, I am not a Mac girly. So if you follow me on Threads, I talked about it, but I was like, oh, I use the word need very lightly. I want a new laptop because like I have this set up here, but sometimes sitting in this chair, being at the desk, just like, it's just not conducive to being creative and it's not conducive to being productive. But I'm like, this is the system that has the power. I have a laptop, but it's really small. Like I literally got it because I'm like, it can't do nothing but write. I can scroll the internet and I can type. That is it. And so I'm like, okay, I kind of want a little bit more freedom, especially since the way that me and Ben are trying to work out our lives, I'm trying to not have to be at the house all the time to be productive. So I'm like, I need a laptop that's going to be able to keep up with me. And also, I ain't going to front. Like, if I just want to sit on the floor with my dog and, like, edit videos, I want to be able to do that. So I was like, I probably need a better laptop, right? And so I was like, oh, well, there are so many apps for the Apple ecosystem and everybody talks about Apple. So like, let me go get a MacBook. And I was just like, okay. And then when I got on it, this is going to sound like shade, but I promise I don't mean any shade to y'all who love Apple. So don't come for me in my comments. But also I don't understand how y'all think because I'm like, why is this like this? Who decided that this was a good idea? Who decided that this was a good layout and this is how we should all function? Because I don't understand. Because when I got it open and I was literally like, so how do I put this on the other side of the screen so that I can click through things? Y'all don't have Windows. And it occurred to me, like Benjamin pointed out, he's like, well, no, they don't have Windows because it's Apple. It's called Microsoft Windows because they have Windows on the computer. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And then I realized y'all Mac girlies are wild. Y'all telling me that y'all just be having these screens, these apps just floating in the wild? Why do you even need a whole 15-inch screen if y'all don't snap and take up the full real estate? I am so confused. And then I'm over here trying to like tap. The touchpad is not working. You have to click. And I'm like, huh? And so tell me what I have to go watch. Why do y'all have a 45-minute window on how to go through the settings on a Mac to get it to work like it's supposed to? Why are these settings not on by default? What is happening right now? And so y'all, I'm over here like, what, how, why, how, who, confusion, just all the questions. And I'm just like, if it has taken me 3 hours just to get through the setup of this computer, ain't no way on God's green earth that I'm going to be able to be productive on this thing. Because I'm also like, y'all don't have control. Y'all don't have alt. Y'all got command. And I'm like, what does that do? Why do y'all have different names for the same thing? I am so confusion right now. The wheel ain't, the mouse ain't moving at the pace it's supposed to be moving. Y'all, when I tell y'all I had a list of gripes, I immediately the next morning, literally 6 a.m., I got up and I was like, let's go, get dressed. We are taking it back to Best Buy this morning. I don't care that I've had it for less than 24 hours. Take it back. This is not going to work. But I say all that to say that I respect y'all because y'all think differently and it's not for me. I need the organization. I didn't understand the whole dock at the bottom because I was like, wait a minute. So if I press the red X in the corner, the app is still running in the background, but I closed out of it. I'm confused. Anyway, the dock, the apps, the everything, the scrolling, the mouse pad, the touchpad, the not going into corners the way it's supposed to, the floating apps overlapping, the fact that you have to click on an app to like actually get it to work, I'm spoiled. Windows got me scrolling. Y'all, I have 4 screens up right now, you guys. If I just scroll over it with my mouse, Windows knows that that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm working on. It doesn't do that. It doesn't do that. And I'm not built for it. And I'm not trying to learn because I realized this week, this has been an interesting week. I realized we're only on Tuesday, you guys, but from Sunday and yesterday, I was like, you know what? It's me. I'm the problem. It's not going to make me productive if I have to sit here and learn how to use the product. If I have to learn how to use it, I'm not built for it. So Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I have a Windows laptop coming in the mail, so hopefully that helps. And yeah. Ooh, I need to get that off my chest. Y'all think different. I love y'all, but y'all think different. I'm not built for it. I'm not built for it. Anyway. Anywho.
Some comments going on here. La said, I was surprised when you said you were going to get an Apple. This is hilarious. I could have warned you. Angel says, the only Apple device I have is my iPad. Everything else is PC or Samsung. DL says, Mac took some getting used to. I use a PC for work and Mac for writing. Now, see, I have what I'm on right now. I bought this specifically for the podcast because everything seems to be Windows oriented. So I have a ThinkPad. But what I use to edit and all that, Linux box. Everybody in this house is on Linux except my youngest son, because he games and everything for gaming is Windows, so he has Windows. But everything else in this house, Linux.
I believe it. It's just I found that you found the ecosystem that works for you. I'm an Android girl. I am a PC girl, and that's what I want to stick with. And switching ecosystems is hard, and you have to have a real reason, and I just didn't. But we're not going to remain on that. Like I said, we actually did come here with some bookish topics to discuss. Yeah. I just need y'all to know that I went through it this past week, this weekend, and I realized, you know what? Scrivener is also not for me, which is also something else that I tried out yesterday, where I was just like, oh, I want to try like getting organized. I want to try plotting. I want to try being that girl, you know, that has everything lined out for the series or whatever. Mm-hmm. I ain't.
Yeah, I don't like Scrivener either.
It has a lot of features, but I realized that I was like, this learning curve is going to take me too long to figure out how to do it. And the thing for me is like, as I was sitting there, and y'all can feel free to like let us know what writing apps and stuff that y'all use or what y'all think about it or what have you. But I literally yesterday was like, when I was going through Scrivener, I was like, okay, so how do I get this information that I already have in this one place over to Scrivener in a way that works? And you know what happened in my brain? I was just like, critical thinking skill kick into high drive. If I already have an app where everything is organized the way that I want it to be organized, why am I trying to find another app to move it over to do the exact same thing, especially when this other app is free? Make that make sense. Why am I trying to pay for something that I don't even know if it's going to work and I already have something that works for free? It was procrastination that got me. And I was just like, yeah, I'm glad I have a free trial, because if I had paid for this, I'd be upset.
You had a free trial for the Mac?
First
no, that's Scrivener. Sorry. Yeah, Scrivener. Yeah.
I mean, like,
my bad.
I got
Listen, my brain is on.
I took it back. Full refund. We had the window policy. It was less than 24 hours. Y'all better. It's basically open. But you know what? When I was telling Ben at the Best Buy when we took the MacBook back, Audra, I was like, you know what? God moves in mysterious ways, because you know what? It wasn't even about me. Me and that Mac was never going to get along. That idea was in my head, because you know what happened when we returned and we went into the Best Buy, and the girl who was there, I guess she's a student or whatever. I don't know. She looked young. She got on braces and the long nails, and she got that like skinny face where you like, oh, you haven't hit the end of adulthood yet. Like she had that kind of frame. And I say that she was really pretty. I'm not trying to shade nobody. That's just like how she was built. Very pretty, very nice, very sweet. But as she was returning us, she was like, oh my God, is that the new 15-inch MacBook? Don't you just love it? Oh my God, I wanted one so bad, but I can't afford it. And the dude who was returning it, he was like, hey, well, you can get this one now, open box. She's like, you're not keeping it? And I'm like, no, ma'am, you can have it. And so she was like, can I touch it? Can I hold it? And I'm like, have at it, baby doll. Like, whatever brings you joy, right? And so I was like, you know what? That MacBook had nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with God moving in her life. And she needed somebody to get that MacBook and bring it back so she could get that open box price with her discount, so it would be in her budget to get what she needed. Sometimes the things that happen in your life ain't got nothing to do with you. Sometimes you need to move so that somebody else can get that blessing that they looking for, right? Because ain't no way on God's green earth that I knew that I was going to get a MacBook. I had no need but a MacBook. I knew I didn't need a MacBook. I wasn't switching over to getting an iPhone. I don't even like Apple products like that. I knew I didn't like Apple products like that. Why did I go into Best Buy and go get me a $1,500 MacBook that I wasn't never going to use that I returned the next day? Huh? Had nothing to do with me. Okay? Anywho.
So do you think, I wonder if she actually bought it.
That ain't none of my business. I did what I was supposed to do. Okay. I got that open box price for her. Okay. Brand new. And repackaged it and everything. Didn't even unwind the cord to charge it because I was like, ain't no need, Jesus. Ain't no need. It's still in a box. Brand new. Ain't never been touched. Okay.
Oh man, Chelsea.
But
You funny girl.
But no, I had the free trial of Scrivener, and yeah, no, that wasn't for me either. So I use Dio mentioned it in the chat, but I use Dabble Writer. I'm gonna stick with that, and I also use OneNote because I'm like, the way I've been using OneNote since how long we been together? 2012. Yeah, I've been using OneNote since 2012. Me and OneNote, we like this. I got it. I understand it. We on the same page. We got multiple pages. I know how to link pages. I know how to do what I need to do. So we're just going to keep it there. We got pictures. We got sounds. We got links. We got all the things that Scrivener does, but for free, right? So we're just going to keep it there. Anyway. I don't know. I feel like I've been ranting so much today. I'm so sorry, y'all.
How are your earbuds not falling out your ears? I'm trying earbuds, and they are really just, I keep having to do this.
I got big ears, homie. That's what it is. Got space. But
Chelsea.
No, really.
So
Anyway, oh, TikTok. So let's actually talk about this, y'all.
Chelsea is, she's like, bubbles, bubbles. Watch how fast I can make Chelsea change topic. Look.
Oh, I have. You know, I hate you.
Bubbles.
I was like, I have some. I have one pack left in the cabinet too. TikTok started a publishing company, you guys, and so we needed to talk about that. And also, I want to talk. Okay, y'all, I'm everywhere because I want to talk about the Pockies. I also want to talk about the TikTok, but also DL was talking about OneNote and how she doesn't use it for writing, but she uses notes or whatever. And I'm just like, I really love OneNote for writing. So I'm thinking about making like a video or whatever and putting it up of like how I use OneNote for writing, because I feel like there are so many free resources for writers that are like undervalued. And I feel like all of us kind of get sucked into, oh, shiny new app. Oh, this thing is going to help us. And I'm just kind of like, okay, so what really do we need? But that's a whole other thing. Help me stay on focus, because the way I'm all over the place this morning. TikTok started a publishing company. Boom. I said the whole sentence. And the problem, not the problem, but I think the thing about all of this is that according to Book Riot, and again, there is a link in the description box below, the authors or whatever that they've reached out to, one, they're reaching out to self-published authors specifically who are on the app or whatever. But apparently they are not even offering these authors like much money, like not even $5,000. Like one author, like publicly in the article was like, they only offered her like $3,200, and she was like, that's not even what I make from Amazon or whatever. So she was like, what? Yeah, why would I give you rights to my book or whatever? And so the conversation has kind of become, okay, if they're starting their own publishing company, are they going to start suppressing the videos for authors who have like organic content about their books in favor of promoting the other books that they're trying to push? Especially since at this point, everybody knows that their employees got to like go viral button essentially that they just click on certain ones. So it's just like, is that going to be what the case is, where it's like organic traction no longer is a thing? So I'm curious, like, what are y'all thoughts on this? Like,
I think the devil is going to be in the details with this. I think it's a huge mistake to give anybody your rights. If anybody's gonna entertain this, my suggestion would be that you have a lawyer look over the contract with a fine-tooth comb, because let me tell you, TikTok is a Chinese-owned company, and I don't know what they planning. But you know, they love to take ideas and profit off of them and stuff like that. So, they can miss me with that, because especially you sell your rights, then you can't sell your rights to somebody who might want a movie option. Nah, it raises a whole lot of red flags for me.
And I think the thing for me is, the only reason to really get a publisher of any kind, whether indie or traditional, the only reason for it is if it's going to make your life easier and to give you more traction or whatever. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like if if you're not going to get either of those two things, what is the
Mm-hmm.
author supposed to be getting out of this deal? Because let's be real here, TikTok isn't going to reach out to authors who aren't already getting that traction, who aren't already
Mm-hmm.
getting those sales. They're not going to reach
Mm-hmm.
out to the small author who is just now getting started and is looking for help and looking for
Right.
representation, where that $3,200 is going to be significant to them. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, if that's not the case and they're not looking to help people, they're not looking to uplift people, it's like, who is this for? And who is this supposed to benefit? But also, I think about it like, when Wattpad started their publishing company, it's just like, is it going to be a thing where you have to prove yourself essentially on their platform, where it's basically like a battle royale, where it's just like, if you get the most views, if you get the most engagement, if you get the most interaction, it's going to be some like hidden metric where it's like, oh, I'm trying to get published by TikTok, so I need to hit at least 10,000 views on my last 3 videos in order to
Mm-hmm.
get their attention. Is this a ploy to get people to like use their platform more? I don't know. I feel like this feels
Could
kind of
be.
sketch at this point, you know
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not doing that to be benevolent. There's something behind it, so I don't trust it.
Yeah. I say, if you're going to go with any publisher, do your due diligence, get a
Mm-hmm.
lawyer, and you
Yep.
know, huh? Read the contract. Yeah, read the fine print.
Mm-hmm.
I have been saying this. I feel like I've been saying this so much, but especially with like Amazon and other companies, like when you were talking about doing business with someone, please read the fine print and please make sure that you ask
Mm-hmm.
questions if you don't know. And if you don't understand, don't agree to it, because it's just like, you need to know what you're signing up for. And it's the same way with like audiobooks, it's the same way with ebooks, it's the same way with everything. Like, know what your rights are, know what you
Mm-hmm.
can and cannot do, because I feel like there are a lot of
Exactly.
self-published authors, especially newer authors, who get themselves into trouble because they're like, oh, everyone's on Amazon, so I'm gonna just sign up for it. But like, does that work for you? Read the fine print. Don't sign up for something not knowing what the clauses are, because you also don't know what hoops people are jumping through behind the scenes in order to navigate it. So just because everyone is there, it's just kind of like the Titanic. Just because everybody get on the boat don't mean you need to get on it too if you know it's gonna sink. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But I digress.
Mm-hmm.
I digress.
Mm-hmm.
But
So,
let's see here. Vina said Amazon Publishing took a while to find their stride, and Wattpad has their own production company too, and has been making movies. So I'm wondering if TikTok will go that route. I feel like that would make more sense. I feel like if TikTok was like, "Oh, let us sell us your rights, and we will make your book into like TikTok shorts," like especially since TikTok, I know, is trying to break into YouTube's platform of like longer form videos and creating like originals or whatever. I could see that being like, oh, sell us your rights, and then we'll hire out content creators to make your series into a short that people can watch on TikTok. I feel like
mm-hmm.
that's something that people would actually be interested in. But just like getting reach, nah, honey, I don't know about that. Don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like I said, it sounds sketchy because, like, what are you doing this for? What is your motivation? That's all I'm saying.
It's always money at some point, some way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, how are they making more money than you? Because at the end of the day, that's what everybody's about. That's what corporations and capitalistic society is about. How can I make more money off of you?
Yep, that's it. That's exactly it.
But that being said, um, DL said that writing is hard enough without the battle for reach. And it's just kind of like, I feel like that is the hardest thing about writing, like as a whole. It's just like figuring out how to reach the people who are going to read your book. Ooh, I think I just stepped on a landmine with myself personally, so I'm going to actually end that train of thought, and we will talk about that at a later date. Anyway.
So, Chelsea, what is this Right to Be magazine that I see?
I forgot I put that in there. So,
Ma'am, you have been featured.
I have. So if you guys go to all the way down in the description box at the very bottom, there are 3 links there. Two of them are to Book Riot, but the other one is to Right to Be magazine, where I, yours truly, was interviewed. So it was fun, And it's a
wow.
Yeah, the author is JC Carpenter. She's on YouTube. She comes in through in the chat sometimes, so for sure check it out because there are other interviews and stuff on her page. It's like it's similar to a blog, but like it's got updates and author interviews and all that good stuff. So definitely for sure check it out. She reached out to me and she's a really dope person. So I had a good time.
Wow,
But, yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you. So speaking of which, I need to not her snorting on the phone over here, but I need to I need to start getting together my outreach for We Are Dying Gods, because my goal is to be able to do more book signings. I have 2 lined up, so if I can get another 3, I will reach my personal goal of wanting to do 5 book signings for We Are Dying Gods. And then I also just want to, I don't know, I like talking to people, so I would love to be able to do like more podcasts and interviews and such, but I feel like I'm gonna have to navigate that because y'all know how I am. Y'all know who I'm looking to talk to, so we'll see how that works out.
And now I'm looking at the link you sent. The Hoopla Overdrive Libby now banned for those under 18 in Mississippi. What?
Yes, did y'all see that?
No.
So let me update the topic because we already talked about TikTok. Hoopla and Overdrive are banned in Mississippi.
You're banned.
Banned, I say. Anyway, sorry y'all, I ain't got no good sense.
Yeah, it says Mississippi has a new law on the books directly impacting access and use of digital resources like Hoopla and Overdrive for those under the age of 18 throughout the state. Even if granted parental permission, minors may not have materials available to them if vendors do not ensure every item within their offerings meets the new wide-reaching definition of obscenity per the state.
Yeah, so I personally thought this was absolutely like, I don't say, yeah, y'all can imagine what I was going to say. This is PG-13, and I already messed up once today, so I'm going to try not to keep that energy. But yeah, if you read the whole article, and this is one I definitely suggest that y'all read. So like I said, I linked it down in the description box. But if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, it tells you what they are talking about can't be in there or whatever. And it's literally everything. So it says, any material is sexually oriented if the material contains representation or descriptions, actual or simulated, of masturbation, sodomy, excretory functions, lewd exhibition of the genitals or female breasts, sadomasochistic abuse for the purpose of sexual stimulation or gratification, homosexuality, lesbianism, bestiality, sexual intercourse, which is the one that got me, sexual intercourse, like at all. So that's basically the entire adult romance genre, like no erotica at all. There is, again, homosexuality and lesbianism, so no queerness at all, period, at all. And bestiality, like, I'm not trying to say that, like, oh, that's a good thing, but also there's a whole genre of, like, monster romance that's a thing for adults, but because it has everything in that is offered through the library, if any of it does not comply, they cannot offer the service, because, like, y'all know, there's absolutely no way for the curators of a library to make sure that every single book complies to all of this. And mind you, that's not even all of it. They also mentioned physical contact with a person's clothed or unclothed genital, pubic area, buttocks, or the breast or breast of a female for the purpose of sexual stimulation, gratification, or perversion. Which means you can't even have people hugging, homie. Like, that's literally that you can, like, a book with any type of physical touch or contact at all is deemed inappropriate. And it's just kind of like that. And mind you, with this definition, because the age of consent in Mississippi is 16, which means you can go and get a library card without parental consent or whatever at 16, 17 years of age. But now the libraries are like, hey, if you got a library card and you're under the age of 18, your library card is revoked and you have to come in with a parent or guardian to get consent to keep your library card. And even then you still don't get access to Hoopla and Overdrive because of these restrictions or whatever. And it's just like, there's so many kids who are not going to have access to books or whatever, because also keep in mind that this under this like whatever, it also bans books because it says images of nude female breasts, which are often part of sexual education, reproductive education, and or biology and anatomy books written for those under the age of 18. That would be out of compliance with this law, which means you can't even have a literal book. And it's just like, that is, there are already so many people on the internet who don't understand how the human body works. Like, there's the fact there's so many people on the internet who think that women can just hold in their menstrual cycle. Like, how dare y'all? Or they think it's an option. Like, you are already vastly stupid. Why would you make them stupider? Like, you were already in like one of the dumbest states in America. And in the global scale, America's really, really effing dumb, y'all. Like, on a global scale, we are one of the dumbest people. Like, period. And I'm saying that as an American, and I know I'm smart. So it's just like, even but on a global scale, we bat like dodo birds, y'all. I'm not trying to be funny. Like, that's what it is.
But the thing that's really scary about this is that this is how it started in Germany in the mid 1930s.
They're blocking education. They're blocking autonomy. They're blocking any way to like protect yourself. And then on top of that, it's just like, and it's these places specifically, like in the South. And I'm like, y'all, if y'all don't see where this is going, if y'all don't see how this is going to end, I am so sorry, but this is why you need to read history. And this is why, because history repeats itself. And it's just like the way our government funds so much money into military might. And y'all, I don't know if y'all have ever seen it, but Ben showed me this video that talked about how the reason there's no wars in America is because literally can't nobody get to us. Like, we're literally one of the securest countries in the world, because you have to come over the ocean, and there's really no good way to do that. And we have one of the largest militaries in the world. So it's just like, what do you need all that military might for if you're not dealing with people outside coming to you? You're dealing with the people who are already here. And who's going to help us? If we have one of the largest militaries in the world and nobody can get to us, it's a two-sided coin, okay? So it's just kind of like the way this is very quickly devolving into something that is just like, you know what? I can't tell you how to live your life, but just keep your eyes open, because this is not going in a way that's where people are going to see the light. Because also keep in mind that the people making these laws and decisions are not the majority. They are the minority, you guys. And they have so much power that it's making it appear as if a lot of people think this way. Most people do not. Most people who are even in the government, they don't agree with this. But when you have the highest law in the land, you know what? I'm not going to get into this. Is not a political podcast. Just pay attention, you guys. That's all I'm going to say. Pay attention. But yeah. Yep. But let's see here. Vina said they banned it for people under 18 because they don't want them to learn. I don't think they want anybody to know, because think about it. By the time you're 18, when you're a teenager, 15, 16, 17, that is really when you start to become independent of your parents and their thinking, and you start to question things for yourself. Especially when you get around 17, 18, and that's when most people start going to college and they really broaden their worldview. But if you've been taught to not value education, to not value books, to not value learning things and seeing things for yourself, because that's what they want. The problem is the minority of people are seeing that with access to information, the people that they are trying to indoctrinate, mostly, you know, type of young demographic, are realizing that, our history is not as great as y'all have been telling us. It's full of us oppressing other people, and I'm not about that. And grandpappy and grandmammy are not the good people that you've been telling me they are, because they are the ones who have been complicit in even encouraging this type of behavior, and I'm not about that life. And when I tell you that people do not like it when their children turn away from them, and when they start calling them out on their nonsense, and when they start distancing themselves away from them because they don't want to be associated, and you're like, I didn't raise you like this, and you're like, you're right, and they're like, you're right, you didn't, I'm trying to do better. They don't like that. So what do? They start limiting how people can form their opinion. So it's like, you have no way to challenge me. You have no way to see it. And that's why you also have whatever, the women of the KKK, I forgot what they call it, Planned Parenthood, whatever, They are out here changing textbooks, changing history. They're still erecting Confederate flags, talking about it's about the history. It ain't about history, bro. Y'all lost. Y'all lost the war. Like, let it go. And you're not honoring the dead. They were 150 years ago. Tell me their name. Tell me what they look like. Show me a picture. You can't, because they're dead and been dead for 150 years. But you know what? I digress. She's getting a little hype. So I'm going to stay in my lane. We're going to keep it book related.
All I'm going to say is it's also the same way that the book 1984 started.
There's not, but like some people, I'm gonna keep it to myself, or we're gonna talk about it in the after chat, because this is getting to a really dangerous conversation that I cannot continue to have on a PG-13 level. So we're gonna move on to some shenanigans. Okay.
Some what?
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigan conversations. Shenanigans.
Oh my God, Chelsea. Alrighty then. What shenanigans are we gonna get to, ma'am?
Okay, so I know y'all spend some time on the internets, and specifically on Tick of the Talk of the Tick. Okay, and I know y'all have seen the girl who was like, I don't like to read Black romance because trauma. And I feel like this is a conversation that is hold on. Nuance in Black romance. Okay, so
I don't know who you're talking about. I haven't seen it, so because you know I'm not on TikTok like that.
You gotta get on the Tick of the Talk.
What?
But what happened? Anyway,
what is wrong with you?
I thought you said something. I was looking at you, waiting for me to tell me what you was talking about. You ain't saying
nothing. No, I didn't say anything.
Oh. Anywho. Nuance. Let's talk about it. So, one of the things that has really been getting up under my skin lately, you guys, is the fact that in like the last week or so, I've seen so many conversations on the internet where people keep talking about things, and I'm like, y'all really, this is why I say there are more people who need to go to an HBCU or at least be taught like how Black children are taught, because I'm like, y'all need critical thinking skills. Please, for the love of God, think about things, right? Because the way that this Black woman got on the Tick of the Talk, and we need the link in the Discord. Oh, to the girl, I can't even tell you because she didn't turn off her stuff in private, it didn't, and all that stuff. So I don't even know if you can even get to the video. But trust me, they're still talking about it. Go to any TikToker who talks about Black romance, and they responded to her 9 out of 10. I know, what is her name? Robin. I know she responded to her and she stitched the video, but I don't know if the video's still up. But basically, Black woman, she got on there and she was like, before y'all come for me, you know, and she just like listed out like, I'm a Black woman. I live in the South. I've always lived in the South. I went to an HBCU, yada, 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 yada. And she's just like, y'all can't take my Black card, but, and I'm like, oh, see, that's how I know we're about to take it. That's how I know, because you can't start that sentence and then add a conjunction like that and think that's not where this is going. So she was like, but, and then she was like, I like to read white romance because I don't like to read books with trauma, and therefore I need escapism. And I'm just kind of like, y'all are dumb. Like, can we please, for the love of all that is good in the world, if you like flowers and puppies, think about what you're saying sometimes before it comes out of your mouth. There's nuance to the conversation of trauma, because first of all, just, it's a book, okay? Let's think about what a book is. You know what books have, Audra? You know what books have, y'all? Conflict.
Smell.
You know
no?
what?
Okay, conflict, yeah.
This is why I don't talk to Audra. This is why. Okay? If y'all are ever curious about why we're not friends anymore, it was this moment. You saw it happen in real time. Okay? She's talking about sniffing mold in books, and here I'm trying to make a point. But
okay.
Anyway.
Conflict. Yeah.
Okay? That's what makes a book a book. And I hate it when people assume that
also
because
the smell, but okay.
Oh my God. I hate it when people assume that because two Black people in a book have conflict, that it's trauma. I feel like the word trauma needs to be understood, that trauma is something that is deep-seated, okay? That affects who you are as a person going forward. And it's just like, I don't know, you gotta go to therapy for trauma. You ain't gotta, some people have problems, y'all. Everything is not trauma. Everything is not, oh, I need to heal my inner child. No, you need to heal your outer adult. That's what's happening right now. Because some of y'all don't understand. Y'all don't think through things. Y'all think that everything is like, oh, I don't want to deal with this. Bruh, yo homie, yo big homie not texting you back is not trauma. Okay, that's a problem. Y'all need to learn how to delineate some things. Okay? And it's just the fact that the creator in question was like, oh, well, white characters, they don't have trauma. And I'm just like, okay, but homie,
books you've been reading, because all them classics that I read, they had all kinds of trauma.
But it's not even that. So I'm like, so you want to read about the oppressor? Like, I don't know if that makes it any better. And also the conversation was like, well, I just imagine them as black. I'm like, okay, that's dumb, because you're not going to turn Chris Hemsworth into Morris Chestnut. That's not how that works. Like,
no, don't work like that.
And anyway, the point that I was trying to make is that I feel like there's nuance that's always lacking in this conversation, because I'm just like, just say you like being oppressed and move on. Like, that's fine. Everybody didn't run away in slavery. You know, there's a reason Harriet Tubman carried a gun, because some people wasn't ready. You know, some people wanted to go back to the oppression. That's fine. That's the reality of life. You know, but don't try to run away with Harriet Tubman and then be like, I'm one of you, but then try to go back. It don't work that way. You got left or right. It's the side of a fence. You can't straddle it, you know?
Nope.
Anywho, I don't know if that was the appropriate analogy. If I offended anyone, I kind of halfway apologize, but a hit dog gonna holler, so I'm gonna move on. So
no, you don't apologize, because people apologizing is why this country is in the racial spot that it's in, because nobody wants to have the uncomfortable conversations and make people sit with their feelings.
I mean, truly. And it's like, that internalized racism, like, some people really need to unpack it. Some people really need to unpack it, because it's just like, why does two white people falling in love mean more to you than two black people falling in love? That's weird to me. But also the way that I live my life, y'all like a lot of things. And I say y'all collectively. I'm not talking about anyone in specific, so like, don't come for me. But like, there are a lot of these bookish girls, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I'm confused. I am confuddled. It goes over my head, way over my head. I'm lost. You know, drop me off in the middle of the 100-acre woods, because I don't know how to get home. All right? I'm lost. But that's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. But let's see here. I'm also beyond tired of everyone writing these watered down personality-free black boys and men. It's giving some respectability politics. You know, it is. It is. Like, I just, yeah. Definitely had this combo with my writer's group this week. Readers seem to only want fluff, no conflict, which is so weird to me, because I'm like, there has to be conflict. That's how you write a story. You have to have something happening.
That's the whole purpose of a book, is conflict.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what the hell are you reading it for?
Right. And then also I think about the stuff, it's just like, you can't have both. You can't be like, oh, I don't want conflicts, I don't want problem, I don't want yada yada yada. But then also the book is boring, nothing is happening, the book took too long, the book has bad pacing, yada yada yada. Because it's like, you can't have both. Either something is happening or it's not happening. But it's just the fact that people assign such heavy like, oh, this is, it's like I said, trauma and problems are different things. Everything is not trauma. Big homie not texting you back, that's not trauma. Hell, big homie cheating on you is not trauma. That's a problem. And the problem is, too many of y'all not solving problems. Y'all too willing to put up with other things, but that's a whole other conversation. And I could get real judgmental with that one, so I'm going to leave that one alone. Anywho, no trauma, no problems. Just sweet words, cheesy combo, and spice. I don't bleed on the page for readers to flip through the book looking for the spice. That part. I saw that video after days of not being on TikTok and immediately got off. I feel that. But yeah. Also, Ash mentioned this. If y'all haven't checked out Ash's channel recently, she did drop the first video in an author's home training or whatever. I think y'all should check it out. I enjoyed it. Where she's basically talking about what you should and should not be doing as an author. And I know I talk about that a lot, so y'all for sure need to go check it out. Anyway, the next video she said, will probably be about this topic, and it was from the older issue about the chick who said same race romance wasn't as satisfying. Come here. Just lean this way a little bit.
Well, I'm leaning this way.
This is my husband, you guys. Hi, this is Ben. Ignore his work hair.
Hi, Ben.
How y'all gonna sit here and be like same race romance is not interesting? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna say this, and y'all probably gonna get on me. So y'all can be angry if you want to, but I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. I don't understand. I don't get the interracial romance girlies. Like, how could you not look at a black man and not think he's amazing? Like, what? Like, how could I don't understand that? Like, yeah. It confuddles me. Like, huh? Like, you telling me that you, like, that's like saying, oh, I grew up with a garden in the backyard and I never had to want for anything, and the food was great, it was fresh, and I know that it was, like, for me, but you know what I love? 3-day-old tomatoes from the grocery store. That's what I want for my dinner tonight instead of the fresh ones out the garden. That's what it sounds like to me when you're like, I don't want a black man. I want interracial romance. You going to the store to get 3-day-old tomatoes? That's cool. That's a choice. I mean, they're still tomatoes. They're fine. Not judging you, but I don't get it. Anyway, we're moving on because I can get judgmental with that comment too. Just know that I come from an all-black family. Everybody I know in my family is black, and all of the successful relationships that I know are between two black people, and I did not grow up around interracial romance. That was not normalized for me, so it's kind of weird to hear other people talk about it as if it's not normal. So understand that's where I come from, and hit dogs go holler, and if you hit, take that up with your therapist and your mama and your Jesus. Okay, moving on. I said hi, Ben.
Hi.
He said hi. Uncle Bucket said just got here sick. Can anyone give me a quick? Oh, I'm sorry you're sick. I hope you're feeling better. We are actually about to wrap up, Uncle Bucket, and move on to the after chat because it's 11 o'clock. Sorry I got started late, you guys.
So, quick catch up. TikTok has a publishing company. Sketchy. Meta started a new app, Threads. You have to have an Instagram account to have a Threads account. And if you delete your Threads account, you will delete your Instagram account. So don't delete the Threads account or don't get Threads at all. Chelsea gets distracted very easily. I can show a picture of Pockies and she will talk about Pockies.
Yep.
And we talked about digital resources being banned in Mississippi for kids under 18. And
we also talked about MacBooks and Scrivener.
MacBooks and Scrivener, and the whole environment, whether you are a Mac head or an Android, environment. And the last thing was romance.
How when people have conversations about race and such in books and trauma, that there needs to be nuance included in the conversation because everything is not trauma. So yeah, I think that's everything. We are about to move over to the after chat, so y'all know how this works. $5 gets you into the community. Just sign up at patreon.com/Writerish Melanin. It supports the Melanin Library to make sure that it remains as a free resource for everyone. And we the after chat is where we talk. It is not PG-13. It is fully grown. So feel free to join us. And we have a lot of hee-hees and ha-has and shenanigans. So make sure that you sign up. Join us if you are here and you have watched the whole thing and you haven't already. Please make sure that you like the video because it helps the algorithm know that you like content like this. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss when we go live. I am streaming writing sprints, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. And then the Tuesday, not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that. Audra and I will be back. And if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to Audra's channel because she also does Rants and Rebels once a month where we get to have this conversation, except it's not PG-13. It's fully grown and it's great and it's fun and we hee and ha-ha. And it is absolutely wonderful.
Yup.
So, and look at Ben doing the good work. Okay, so he just dropped in the chat that he found the TikTok that I was talking about. So if you are signed up for the after chat, he did drop the link in the Discord so that you can see exactly what we were talking about. But yeah, that is pretty much it, you guys. Like I said, if you want to go through all the links, click the description box. All of it's down there. If you want to purchase my books, We're Dying Gods and We're the Origin, there are links to do that down the description box below. If you want either of the books that we talked about on the Melanin Chat today, What Never Happened by Rachel Housel Hall, or Toffee's Divide by, I can't say the author's name. Both of them are down.
Femi Aluko.
There we go. Link in the description box below. If you want to subscribe to Audra, there's a link for that as well. So yeah, that is all the things. That is all the good stuff, you guys. So thank you guys so much for being here. We're moving over to the after chat, and yeah, until next time, you guys. We hope your days are lovely and your books are interesting. Bye, you guys.
Bye, you guys.